I totally forgot to do something while I was supposed to do something while supposed to be doing it. I am a horrible, horrible host. I am trash. I should be fired and ashamed of myself.
I did not hear the music at all.
And I totally forgot. I'm a horrible person. I should be banned from posting anything. Let's see. Hold on.
You forgot everything, didn't you?
I forgot everything. I forgot. I am a forgetful SOB.
It's one of those things that we're not used to doing these this early, so please bear with us.
I know, right? It usually takes a few shots of alcohol. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize, but we're going to get this right. We're going to get this right. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. I'm ready. Probably. Let's do it. Let's hold on. I guess we're gonna we gotta rewind this whole thing. We're just gonna do the intro again. Fuck it, ladies and gentlemen. You're just gonna have to hear the sounds of King and Grim once again. Hold on, let's go.
Hold on. What? I am ashamed of James. All right, ladies and gentlemen. It is Thursday, December 3rd, 2020. We are almost at the end of this fucked up year. The V-virus will be out in a couple of weeks. There's going to be a lot of zombies. I suggest not taking that for Also, we are here to talk about what happened over Thanksgiving, week 12, leading into week 13. One of the highlights today will be Pittsburgh Steelers celebrating that they beat a very, very bad team who had nobody from their starting offense playing.
I mean, the reality is things like that happen. You play to win the game, okay?
And they almost lost the game.
You ain't never lied. Anyways, welcome to that damn NFL show, exclusively here on Sinful Black Sports. I'm your boy Hollywood J. Blaq. That's my man Big Sin. We have the crowd here. What's good, Steph? How you doing? Thank you for showing up. Yes, we gotta take it back. You know what I'm saying? You know, when we have these technical difficulties, instead of just canceling the video and replaying again, I'm just gonna waste your time for another 4 or 5 minutes. You know why? Because we care. Okay,
you know what else you did?
What did I do?
You posted this. Oh wait, no, I posted it in Simple Black Gaming.
I'm like, because I can't post it in Simple Black Gaming. Fuck it, gives them something to do. Anyways, we had ourselves an eventful week in football. The week actually didn't end until yesterday. That's why we're doing the show today. Because, damn it, since, somebody wants to contract the Rona, 4 days before a game, and,
Hold on. People on the Ravens got the Rona. All these players on the Steelers started talking shit, and half those motherfuckers got the Rona. So
it was Rona week, ladies and gentlemen, because 3 days before kickoff. 3 days before kickoff, the Denver Broncos, all their quarterbacks, all of them. How many of them? All of them.
All of them. All them motherfuckers.
All ALLUM, all of them got the Rona. Okay? And because of that, a practice squad wide receiver that sort of, kind of, maybe, kind of, sort of, kind of played quarterback in college, okay, for Bougie State University.
Tried to convince an offensive coordinator from another team to sign for a contract with the Broncos to play this game.
Even it was so bad, even number 7 was like, nah, I'm good. I don't even want to even show up to Denver. He was good. Even though he probably wasn't asked, he still said I wasn't going to show up.
What's up, John?
What's up, John? Yes, Steph, all of them. All of them.
ALLUM. All of them. So on the prediction side of things, me and Hollywood had a really good week. We both went 12-4.
Yes. We went out on a limb with one. I went out on a limb with one of them, and Big Sin lost the faith in another one. I said, I believe in the nation of patriotism.
Hey, I made that pick so they would win. I said it last week, and I'm going to say it again this week. It was a win-win for me. Either I get a dub on my record or Patriots win. It don't fucking matter to me. I'm already fucking 12 games behind you. Bah! We don't disagree that much. We only have 4 weeks left.
Well, that's the fun part. Toby said, Jay looked like I was confused at the start. I wasn't confused. I was forgetful. There's a difference, okay?
John said he wanted Von. He said he wanted Von Elway.
Von Elway, John's little brother.
No, Von Miller.
Oh, Von Elway. Could you imagine a linebacker playing quarterback?
All right, so let's go ahead and run down week 12 real quick. Starting off, there are supposed to be 3. Yes, count them. 3 Thanksgiving games, but we only got 2, and both of them were blowouts. So the first one we talk about, the Houston Texans got Matt Patricia fired, and Hollywood. Yes. For his antics on the beginning of this show and picking the Lions last week, he should be fired, but we're going to keep him around because we like the guy.
Well, you can't fire me because I'm in the lead. You fire that would be similar to what the Lions did with Jim Caldwell, firing him on a good season. Okay, you can't do that, or else you're going to end up with Matt Patricia for another 3. That you see
good
how that works?
Good old stone-faced Caldwell.
Hey, he never broke, okay? The Lions broke before he did. I said that I called that was the stupidest decision that the Lions have ever done, and they're going to live to regret it. Even though Matt Patricia's a defensive guy, they still have no offense. They turned Matt Stafford into a little biatch, okay? Let's call a spade a spade.
Hold on. Matt Stafford did break one of the longest tenured records on Thursday. You know what that was?
What was it?
He passed Tony Romo for passing touchdowns on Thanksgiving. So congratulations, Matt Stafford, on that one. But it doesn't help when you play every year and you're injured for 5 of those games.
I mean, what do you want him to do? I mean, I'm surprised as much because I thought that Troy Aikman would have had that one in the bag. But you know,
no. The funny thing is, Tom Brady, who has only played 5 times on Thanksgiving, has 15 touchdown passes on Thanksgiving.
Oh Lord. So Houston put that work on him. You got to shout out Deshaun Watson with no weapons. Houston put that work on him.
Deshaun Watson keeps making stuff happen when the rest of the team is like, leave us alone.
We're trying to get a draft pick. We're trying to.
Not cool. Touchdown. That's Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun Watson's like, I got a contract with performance incentives, okay? Fuck your
performance incentives later on because I have a team that is probably very pissed off about something going on with their performance incentives right now. But next up, last week, the Cowboys were like, yeah, we back. We them boys. Then Washington walked into Dallas and beat the living piss out of the Cowboys.
Hit that 2-step on them. You know what I'm
Alex Smith getting his first win back in 789 days.
And now the Washington no-names and the Giants and the Giants are tied for first place.
Yeah, John said not a fan of J.J. Watt, the cocky J.J. Watt we've seen recently. JJ has the right to be cocky. He knocked down 5 passes in New England. He had a touchdown return for an interception return for a touchdown in this game. How Dr. Phil said? I mean, Kid Rock say it ain't cocky if you back it up.
That's very true. I mean, JJ Watt has been using that position forever. So Steph is asking, are the 49ers going to the playoffs?
No.
Hey, listen.
Linda, listen.
I firmly believe that we are going to go 8-8. Whether that takes us to the playoffs is dependent on for the last minute. They say, you know what, guys?
John just logged out. He said, God damn it, James. You just cursed the rest of the goddamn team.
8-8. This is how the rest of the season is going to go. We're going to go 8-8, right? So then they're going to put us into the NFC East as a late season realignment.
Y'all in the West, motherfucker. You're not coming to the NFC East.
Don't even worry about that. Because
it's better to put the Patriots in the NFC East. We already talked about this.
No. The Patriots are going to fuck around with Buffalo fucking around and Miami fucking around and end up losing end up winning the damn division. Don't get me started.
All right. Next up, we have, speaking of the Buffalo Bills, they beat the Los Angeles Chargers, but they did not look good doing it.
No. Justin Herbert proving that he is like the stud in the rookie of the year so far. I don't think that really right.
John down there. Oh, we're fine. COVID-19.
Like I said, late season realignment will be in the NFC East by week 16. They were like, you know what? You guys just belong here. Please save our playoff.
You guys go to the NFC East, you got like a 5-game lead.
That's the worst part. If we were just looking at the NFC East, it's just, I don't know. But Seattle. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
We had the Chargers lose to the Bills. Bills continue to struggle against mediocre teams.
Yes. Josh Allen still looking good though, but I'm worried about their long-term personnel issues that they have. They're just outside of Stephon Diggs, who's still quitting in the middle of games for no fucking reason. They have problems. They have
Cole Beasley is their most consistent player.
Yeah. Like I'm sitting here looking at. I think that the Stephon Diggs was the worst thing that they ever could do. Best because they gave him a number 1 receiver, but worse because this number 1 receiver is a fucking diva. I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat shit when it comes to Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, the shit that cracks you up about him, you see him on the sideline. Yeah, we got to stay fired up the whole game. Next route.
Yep. Man, I've seen. I grew up in the era with Michael Irvin, Terrell Owens, you know what I'm saying? Hell, Irving Fryer as number 1 receivers. I have never seen a receiver quit.
Look at John's comment.
As a 49er faithful, I will say that the Warriors opened the season against the Nets on December 22nd. Oh, my Lord. War games, baby, war games.
KD gonna be like, all right, Draymond, you want to defend me? Sleep,
Draymond just gonna try and hit that nigga in the face and get them both ejected. Game over. Game blouses, nigga. What?
Somebody on the radio said Kyrie Irving going to get an injury 3 weeks before the game.
I'm tired of Diggs. I'm really sick and tired of him. Like I'm trying to be nice and I'm trying to understand what Stephon Diggs is. But dude is a bitch, cuz I'm sorry. I can't. All
right.
It's for real.
I agree with you. He is a quitter. He is not a team guy.
He's going to end up costing Buffalo either a playoff spot or he's going to end up costing them a game in the playoffs if he keeps up this bullshit. Because
or the division.
Or the division to begin with. So I don't know. But Josh Allen's playing at an elite level. If he can keep playing like that, I could probably, even though I would think Mahomes would be the MVP this year again, or even Roethlisberger maybe, but he hasn't really been performing great. He's just been doing good with what he has. But I can make a case if Josh Allen gets him almost single-handedly into the playoffs, I can make a case for Josh Allen being the MVP of this year.
Yeah, he's up there in the rankings. I know that.
Yeah. He's just got to get Buffalo. He's got to get Buffalo in the playoffs, regardless of Diggs quits or not. He's got to get him.
All right, so I grew up on Steve Young and Jerry Rice. Same here. Stephen Diggs. Diggs is a great player unless his team is losing.
Yeah.
And yep, he digs his own grave, basically. So next up, on a couple Thursday nights ago, the Indianapolis Colts will feel good about themselves and running off at the app about Derrick Henry. Yeah. Derrick Henry said, you know what? Enough of this bullshit. Mm-hmm. It just tore through the Indianapolis Colts on the defense.
Yeah. So remember the last time they played where the Colts stomped them out, Derrick Henry still got his, okay?
Yeah.
That was kind of thing. This time around.
Yes, I forgot. We're still trying to make it a thing. Vic, not Josh Allen. Okay? we named the name Josh Allen, and he is called Vic.
So this time around, they decided to just feed the man. Remember I said they have to feed the damn beast. He's the best player on your game. Feed the man. And that's exactly what they did, and they ran away with the victory. I can't believe they actually called that one. And literally how I said it, feed the man, and they fed him. Feed the man, feed him to victory. And just like you said, he just said, fuck the Colts. My only concerns is that the race in the South is tight, and it's going to go to the last game of the season. And I don't know how this one's going to turn out based off what's left on the schedule.
Yeah, with the Texans kind of turning a corner and Tennessee being what they are, Tennessee might be the best built team to win this division.
Yeah, but I honestly think that the Colts can still get in the playoffs. I don't doubt that.
Especially with the extra playoff spot.
Yeah. So we'll see how that one goes. This should be interesting.
Next up, we have a 1-point game winner as the Carolina Panthers drop a close one to the Minnesota Vikings.
So Minnesota, I don't know who to believe. And they did this without Dalvin Cook going all the way off. I don't think he had that much of a game like this time around.
Minnesota is weird because now Andrew Thielen is out with COVID.
Yeah.
So they have a guy named, what's his name, Campbell or some shit like that? The wide receiver of the team? Yeah. That dude's getting off this year.
He has, no lie. The whole thing with you don't know what Minnesota team is going to show up. And it's really all because of Kirk Cousins. Like part of me wonders, is it the offensive coordinator? It was the name Zimmer or the coach?
Zimmer's the head coach, but I do think it is a Mike Zimmer issue because he's too busy concentrating on his 28-year-old Instagram model wife.
I mean, I would too. I'm just saying, but that's. I mean, if you're a coach and you're rich, yeah, but I think you should focus on the reason why you have your 28-year-old Instagram model wife is because you got this team into the playoffs. I feel like I don't know this Cousins thing. I think Kirk Cousins is who he is, okay, but I don't think that Kirk Cousins is worth what they're paying.
Yeah, the answer to that question, John, yes, they're still using the XFL quarterback because Teddy Bridgewater's leg is not holding up.
Nope. Yeah, and that's another thing that's gonna be problematic coming up into this week because I mean, this is the most action Teddy Bridgewater has seen in 3 years. And now we're at the point where we kind of just don't know where he's going to be at this point. He's supposed to be their franchise quarterback.
Okay, John. Instagram model wife, disgusting. What's her name?
Look at that. Just despicable. What's her IG again?
Right. All right. Next up, we have the Cleveland Browns gaining the lead, putting more games between them and Baltimore as they defeated the Jacksonville Jaguars in an ugly, sloppy game.
The best thing that Jacksonville has ever done is basically made themselves the punching bag of the entire NFL. Without Gardner Minshew on the field, they have literally become the laughingstock of football.
No, the Jets still exist.
Well, they're not. Well, the Jets are not.
The Jaguars have won a game. The Jets have not.
I mean, that's speculation, really. Did they really win that game, or did they not lose that game? Like Doug Peterson did not lose.
I'm not losing to the Bengals, but guess what? We can't win any more games, so it doesn't matter anymore.
So, but the Browns hit their schedule stride at the right time by beating teams that they're supposed to be beating and padding the stats in their record en route to having to deal with another Pittsburgh game, another Baltimore game, and another Cincinnati game, I believe, that's left on the schedule. That's 3 out of the last 5.
Out of the last 4, yeah. It's one of those. The Browns are just playing good enough to win, and they probably will get into the playoffs this year.
Yeah, well, all roads to the playoffs are going to lead through the AFC North.
And,
if they want to get the playoffs,
that means us jumping on the hype train for the first time in 4 years actually was a success.
Yes. Oh, my
that shit's
bad.
done derailed 3 of the last 4 years. So.
Oh God, we believe in the Browns. Oh. We think the Browns are gonna. Fuck the Browns. Oh, they're winning. Yes.
All right. Next up, we have a team that's tied with the Washington Defaults for the NFC East lead. The New York Giants beat the Cincinnati Bengals.
We knew this was gonna happen, but it was sloppy. You see what happens when we start cheering for the Browns? Steph goes and goes, just snack him in the.
Stop drinking.
When the la hits you.
When the la hits your lyrics, can't spit your head so hard like a hat can't fit you. Either I'm with you or against you.
Oh, you okay, Steph? You all right? You okay? Don't be having seizures on me.
Oh, shit. It's my bad.
My bad.
We're assholes. We know it. It's just that.
It's all John's fault, really. It's his influence.
So he blames you. He blames you for the 49ers failures, so you blame John for us being assholes.
Yes. We're being assholes and being insensitive to other people. He said, what the fuck? My fault. That's right. You're a bad influence on Sin, and Sin's a bad influence on me. And you believe.
Hold on. Stephanie, this is a joke. Stephanie, with that line she just said, that Bill Belichick land, man, this bitch spitting.
Oh, yeah.
Just kidding. Anyway.
Yes, John. Like I said, it's your fault because you're a bad influence on Sin, and Sin's a bad influence on me. And because Reagan believes in trickle-down economics, that's how the shit goes, okay? Just understand that.
So the Giants beat the Bengals.
Yeah, that you see, I'm actually glad. Unfortunately, it's a bad thing for a seizure to happen. I'm glad that it happened because I refuse to talk about this fucked up ass game.
Yep.
Between the Giants and the Bengals.
We're going to move on to me picking the Arizona Cardinals and the Patriots.
I believe in New England. I said, you know what? I don't lose the faith. I think
I didn't lose the faith. I told you what the fuck is about, son.
You lost the faith.
You see what happened was I got offered a can of Pringles and some Bugles, so I picked the Cardinals.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. All right. Fuck, Pringles are amazing. Anyways.
Once you pop, you can't stop. Catch.
Yeah. So I said that the Cardinals have too many glaring problems. Mainly that they should have probably won this game. And because
John said he's sitting there cooking dinner, and then I hear his damn name.
Ear perked up and shit. So the Cardinals have a penchant of losing games they're supposed to win this year. They have this was really supposed to be a win. The reason why I picked picked the Patriots was actually really simple. The same problem that the Patriots, the Patriots have against mobile quarterbacks is the same exact problems that the Cardinals have. That's why Kyler Murray performs excellent in practice.
He's playing with a bad shoulder, was afraid to run most of this game.
Which that's the last thing. When Bill Belichick senses you're hurt, it's like a shark in the water. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what.
There's a couple of plays on here that I want to talk about that were called. The first one was the illegal. No, what was it? It was a blindside hit on Gunnar Orlovsky's punt return touchdown.
Ooh.
How was it a blindside hit when the dude was running towards the Patriots guy and seen him hit him? And then the second one, number 48 on the Cardinals, helmet to helmeted a wide receiver during the game.
Yeah.
And then I'm sure you've seen it, Cam Newton, the run that got him in the field goal range for Nick Folk. He got helmet to helmeted while he was still in the field of play going out of bounds.
Yeah.
People were like, but he was still in the fucking field of play. It was a helmet to helmet, you idiots.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And, well, let's talk about it because the last 2-3 weeks, the referees have called some fucked up shit. I mean, then that Niners game, that Niners Saints game with that call on Drew Brees, that was a bunch of bullshit. That the referees are just, I don't know. It's like what they deem as helmet to helmet and what they deem as roughing the passer and what they deem just comes and goes depending on what they fucking feel like calling that day. That's what it seems like to me.
Both of the hits, homeboy had his arms to the side and led with the helmet. So it wasn't an accurate call. Cam Newton, when he was in Carolina, never got that call. Yeah. And that's why people are tripping. Yeah,
no, but that's what I'm saying though. It's like they just feel like they're just calling whenever they feel like calling it at this point. I feel like if they got money on the game, that's what
you guys lost to the Saints. That was last week.
Yeah, that was last week. But then we're going to talk about this week's game in a second, though. So, but yeah, it's just I don't know. The referees got to get more consistent with what they call. The other problem is that you can never judge a game in slow motion. That's where the problem is, and I think that helmet to helmet is one thing. If you see the helmet hit the helmet, that is what it is. You can't hide that in fast or slow motion. However, roughing the passer, you can't take at slow motion because then you're saying, oh, he had time to adjust his body and manipulate it in a way and turn around all in slow motion while doing the drink and the two-step. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, James, when me and you played football, you played running back, I played defense.
Yeah.
There is not a case in the world where a defender has time to bring a man the size of Cam Newton, the size of you when you were in high school, the size of you down by trying to make an adjustment on where to hit you.
That's what I'm saying. What the fuck? There were dolphins.
Okay, let's try and hit Derrick Henry from chest to stomach. It's not going to fucking happen. Derrick Henry's just going to mutilate you.
Yeah. I said, are we Dalsim from Street Fighter? Fucking Mr. Fantastic? Yoga fire. Look at that.
And I've said it many times. Every play in football, from Pee Wee to the NFL, is the equivalent of a car crash.
Yep.
Every fucking play.
Yeah, and there's certain ways you can tackle somebody, or you can break them down by their legs, whatever. But when you're going to hug somebody to do the actual tackle, which now that's a tackle, right? Like instead of driving your head through the chest, you're now tasked to grab them and tackle them.
Yep.
So if I grab somebody and I tackle them and bring them down, that should not be roughing the passer. And you can't call that play. Likewise, why wasn't Cam Newton getting all these shots? If I see a helmet to helmet and we play it back and it's helmet to helmet, you can't go, oh, it's not helmet to helmet. It's cool. We'll let him play.
He's 6'6". He's 285 pounds. He's fine.
Yeah, but if you're getting...
It's one of those things that, okay, this is he's a grown-ass man. He is a big fucking dude.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to arm tackle him. We all know this.
Yeah, but if you
want to protect the smaller quarterbacks, Drew Brees, Tom Brady, these guys, you need to protect Roethlisberger, fucking Newton, Lamar Jackson. You need to protect everybody the same.
Yep, it has to be equal or nothing. That's how I figured at that point. It's either we're equal and we're protecting everybody, or we're just saying fucking and playing NFL blitz.
Yep. And the most telling thing about this game was at the end, Nick Folk. Did you know Nick Folk now holds the record for most game winners with 0 seconds remaining on the New England Patriots?
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? Hold on.
He's only been there for a short little minute, but yeah.
2 years.
Yeah. But you know why, though? Is because most of Adam Vinatieri's game winners have come with time on the clock and the defense.
Same with Gostkowski.
Yeah. So that's just the way it is.
So another couple of things that came out of this game is they showed Cam Newton and Josh McDaniels running off together and Cam Newton apologizing and Josh McDaniels telling him, you have nothing to apologize for.
Yeah.
And then in the press conference, they're like, oh, you guys are going to bench Cam because he only threw for 85 yards? Bill Belichick said he threw for 350 last week and we lost.
Yep. Yep.
Cam Newton is the starting quarterback of the New England Patriots. And I think with the way this year has gone, they're going to give him a contract extension with healthy weapons next year.
Well, yeah, because once this year's end, the contract purge pops off and everybody's straight. I think the deal is I look at it like this, okay? Bill Belichick knows this roster and the staff and what the potential is more than anybody else. He stated that he wished he would have been able to offer Cam Newton more money. Cam Newton accepted. Yeah, well, they couldn't. There was no room. There was no money.
Cam still had part of Brady's contract, part of Gronk's, and a lot of other contracts on our books still.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, depending on who ends up last, which is surely to be Jacksonville or New York, depending on how that turns out, we're really looking at a situation where even if it doesn't work out with Cam Newton, the Patriots have enough draft capital if they don't make the playoffs to end with the first round pick. Like,
and they have $75 million in open cap space next year.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if Adam Gase doesn't end up fired by the end of this year.
So, I think the Patriots did the smart thing with Edelman. They activated him off the IR just in case they make the playoffs. But he immediately got put on the COVID list. That gives him more time to heal and be back if we do make a run. So, moving on from that game, the Dolphins beat the Jets. Tua did not play. This was Ryan Fitzmagic all over it.
Yeah, and oddly enough, didn't the Jets almost where they were close to winning this game? Scarily enough, right? If I remember correctly, at some point in this game, these are the times where you see the telltale signs. It should be it's a telltale sign of what's going down. Steph said I should have a screen between y'all just making faces. That'd be hilarious if we could pull it off. But it's a telltale sign of what's to come. I don't think if you let a team like the Jets stay in the game for too long, who lack the personnel, lack the coaching,
is trying not to win a game.
And trying not to win a game, and you're letting them in. Remember those little telltale signs that come in and say, wait a minute, these teams look beatable, and this might be a little bit of a blueprint to be able to get at them. Tua's battling a thumb injury. He's week to week.
I still think Fitzpatrick is their best chance to win.
Well, we already know that. There's nothing wrong with Tua. I want to state this for the record.
No.
I think Tua is the future of the Dolphins as it stands. He played enough to where he says, you know what? We don't need to draft a Trevor Lawrence. We don't need to go get Fields from Ohio State. Tua's great. But if we really want a shot at the playoffs, we need to play Fitzpatrick and preserve Tua because we know how good Tua is. That needs to be the mindset. And if it's not, and it ends up costing them a playoff spot, I don't know. I don't think I could be on board with that, man. Like we've seen the Dolphins at their best. Like, this is probably the only legit shot that the Dolphins have of winning, getting in the playoffs, or at the very least winning this division, or at the most winning in this division, as I said. This is the only shot. You only get one. What did Eminem say? You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. It's
Buffalo's going to be better next year. New England will be better next year.
And hopefully they blow up the Jets to where, they just beat the Dolphins twice here. I don't know how this shit works. But the Jets are getting blown up and turned into a new team next year. Who knows? They might leave New York. I don't know.
All right, so next up, we have a game that nobody saw coming. The Atlanta Falcons mollywopped, mopped the floor, destroyed, decimated, dominated the Las Vegas Raiders.
They beat beat them, they victimized them, and they conquered the Las Vegas Raiders. I was just like, I hid. I just was like,
John said he's rooting for the Gay Sharks.
Yeah, that's right, Steph. Opportunity comes once in a lifetime. That's right. And for the Dolphins, anytime that the Patriots are under 500, that literally is your only once opportunity. You better take advantage of it.
We can get to 500 this week. So.
The hot new shit is here. Not a lot of jerseys being worn this week.
Yeah, the Atlanta Falcons just, I don't know. And I said it last week. This Raiders team confuses me.
This Falcons team confuses me. What the fuck are
we
you talking about?
The cycle with the Falcons. Trash, good. Trash, good. They keep Matt Ryan or the coaching. Trash, good. We're in a cycle with the Falcons. We know what they do.
Fuck, but the Raiders, it's like they're making strides, and you want to believe that they're going to be in the AFC.
They make strides against Kansas City. They lose to everybody else.
But that's isn't that the bar? What they say?
No, because the Kansas City Chiefs have a trash ass defense.
But Kansas City should be the bar. They're the bar. Kansas City has stated that we're the Super Bowl fucking champions, just like the Patriots are the bar. That they've been the bar for the last 19 fucking years.
Sheamus and Cesaro are the bar, okay?
But okay, well, in wrestling, yes, okay. But in football, the Patriots have always been the bar, okay? They've always been the bar, and now the Kansas City Chiefs are the bar. But they sitting here, their only blemish is against the Raiders, who they almost lost to again. But the Raiders, when I think that they're a respectable team, I think that they're an amazing squad that would just be so they're taking it to the next level. They're gonna be great. And then
they give up 40 in the first half.
Exactly. That's really all I can really say about that one. Like, what am I supposed to say? What am I supposed to say?
Not only give up 40, but give up 40 to a team who Julio Jones was inactive for this game.
All right, even worse. You give up 40 to a team that notoriously has no defense, and you couldn't put up the.
They only give up 6.
Yeah, there you go. That's even worse. At the very least, you'd be like, "Oh, we ain't got a defense either. Fuck it." You know what I'm saying? It's 40 to 36. That would have been a respectable loss because we know the Raiders ain't got a fucking defense. Okay, fine. We'll live with that. We'll be okay.
The Raiders who leave Travis Kelce wide open in the end zone with defenders 20 yards away from him.
That's right. That's what I'm saying. But yet the Falcons, who notoriously have zero defense, was able to hold the Raiders to 6 points. Come on, man.
All right. So next up, I said I was going to mention something about incentives in this game is the reason. If I was the New Orleans Saints wide receivers, I would be a very unhappy crew right now because to me it looks like, hey, let's put in the running quarterback so we ain't got to pay these fuckers their bonuses. If you actually look at Alvin Kamara on the sideline when Taysom Hill is taking these runs, he is pissed.
Yep. No performance incentives. Nobody's running the ball. Nobody's running the ball. Nobody's passing the ball.
Only Taysom is doing everything. That's all he's doing. And they're winning.
At least in previous running quarterbacks, guys like Vic, guys like Young, guys like Cordell Stewart.
Even White.
Yeah. Right. At least their number 1 and number 2 receivers still put up 100-some yards. I mean, fuck. The fuck we doing? Like,
Taysom Hill as a starting quarterback has not thrown a touchdown since his sophomore year in college.
I mean, what can you do?
Like I said, Michael Thomas gets this much money for getting so many catches and over 1,200 yards. Yeah, let's put in Taysom. Jameis Winston don't need to do anything.
Jameis Winston probably had performance bonuses too, and they're like, no.
You know why? You know why? That's why.
Like I like Taysom Hill. I'm not advocating for the guy to get hurt or
he
anything.
must have Sam Bradford's agent, though. He getting paid $60 million a year to only play 5 times.
Well, here's the thing. Taysom Hill is either going to be. I think he hasn't signed a new extension yet, has he?
Not yet.
Well, he's going to be somewhere.
But Sean Payton loves him.
Yeah, but you know who probably back up a Brinks truck, especially after this week's antics? John fucking Elway. How much money do you want, Taysom? I'll give you all of it.
You know, Taysom, we know we don't have defense or offense, but hey, you might be the guy.
Are you willing to play 22 positions, Taysom?
Hold on, you're 32? I'll give you a 10-year contract.
He said Taysom Hill has blackmail photos of Sean Payton. Wow.
So Taysom Hill is a 31-year-old third-year player.
He went to the Brandon Wheaton School of Quarterbacking when you're old.
All right, so next up, when we talked about this game last week, I said, and I quote, the Los Angeles Rams play down to their competition. And what did they do? They played down to the top competition, and Deebo Samuel is the Los Angeles Rams' daddy.
Yes. So happy that the 49ers were able to beat.
He said Taysom Hill is the Billy Madison of the NFL.
Yes, John Elway's like old, Steph. That's the point. He was about to play quarterback if he had to, okay? He was really probably thinking about it. He's probably going to try and get Dan Marino out of retirement. Who fucking knows?
He was going to be Randy Quaid any given Sunday.
But 49ers came through once again. I said to the 49ers, we're going to do it again. 49ers did it again. The Rams have a penchant of, like he said, playing down to their competition. Apparently, he thought that these were the 49ers that had all these injuries that played the Seahawks and the Packers, and that was not the case. The 49ers were at 65% capacity, or as Matt Hardy would say, as Randy Orton would say, 67.23% healthy. And so because of that, the 49ers were healthy enough to beat the Rams because the Rams obviously didn't expect anything to happen. I don't know what the fuck is wrong in LA.
Hold on. Them boys. Kinlaw is waking up, having wet dreams thinking of him. Bosa and 6-head, 4-head Armstead on the same line. Yeah. Have you ever noticed Armstead? That motherfucker got a Frankenstein dome. He should go.
Man, oddly enough, Armstead is lucky that we had all these damn injuries because he was on the verge of just like not being there. Like they signed him to an extension, but he's like been so underwhelming up until Joey Bosa got hurt, and they were like, Eric, we're gonna need you to play, and we're gonna need you to play some defense.
And Kinlaw, since he got that sack against Drew Brees, has been a man on fire.
Yes, and our freaking secondary, the dude that replaced Sherman for a little bit, I can't remember his name. John will know more about it than I do. But listen,
talking about is it Mosby?
No,
he got a
no. It's a rookie or a second-year dude. He got a pick last week, or this week actually. No, Sherman got a pick this week. But I don't know.
Damn, you called him Joey Bosa. John called you out. He said, it's Nick Bosa. He's like, damn, Jay, I know how white people look alike, but damn.
Barrett, that's the name, Barrett.
Oh, yeah, Jason Barrett.
Yeah, that dude is legit. How long? No, Jimmy G played, right?
No, Mullins played this game.
Oh,
and you guys won in spite of him.
In spite of him. Fuck.
Dude, Nick Mullins is
See, we don't get the 49ers.
Jimmy G's, I think, out for the season, as well as George Kittle. Bosa, he's out for the season. So,
yeah, Jimmy G and Bosa out for the year. Kittle played last week, but he played the week before.
Kittle has not played.
No, but Kittle played against New Orleans.
No, he did not.
I thought he did.
No.
Well, hold on. No, wait.
Kittle tried to come back after breaking his foot after 2 weeks. And fucking your coach was like, no.
Oh, probably.
Kittle has not played since he broke his foot.
Why?
No, Jordan Reed has played. That's who's been playing tight end for you guys.
Oh, he still has his head?
Yes, Jordan Reed is actually still playing good ball.
Oh, I see. Didn't he get like a concussion like in week 3, and then we thought he was going to be out because
because he's Jordan Reed and he's always hurt.
Yeah, he's made of glass. Well, apparently he's not made of glass this week.
Yeah, you're thinking of what Kittle did to the Saints last year.
I'm pouting. Thank you very much. I will pout, Steph, if I want to. I don't get a chance to watch 49er games. The only time that I get a chance to watch 49ers games is if they're playing Tampa Bay or Miami, and neither of those are happening this year.
Go to buffstream.com/NFL. You can actually watch any NFL game on there.
Do you know what the problem is with that?
You have shitty internet?
No, I have an innate fear of going on the websites I know nothing about.
That's okay. So me and John use Buff Streams every week. We watch the Patriots and 49ers there with no issues.
Why just can't they give Sunday Ticket for free? See, that's what the NFL should have done
because there's no fans, so they jacked up the price. That's why.
Fuck, shit, fuck. You're all right. Anyways, no, Santa won't come see me, Steph. He doesn't do condos. All right, he's only do houses and flats. Okay, that's why he comes to see Phil, and then when he comes over my house, he just sends me like a paper airplane. Be like, this is what I gave Phil. That's what I did. That's Christmas. I gave your gifts to Phil because his place is more accessible than yours. You asshole.
Right, so next up, we have, I think Tyreek Hill is trying to get someone to do a drive-by on him. In the first quarter against the Buccaneers, he had 210 yards receiving.
Yes.
On one of the plays, he stood at the 1 yard line and he was so far past the defender, he stopped at the 1 yard line and did a backflip into the end zone.
Yes, thanks to Tyreek Hill and Patrick Mahomes as a pair, I actually was able to win my my fantasy football pick'em lineup that I had set up because my shit was dead. I was like, oh fuck, I am in like out of 20 people, I was 18th out of 20, and then all of a sudden, Tyreek Hill and Patrick Mahomes had that shit come back like the Undertaker. Rest in peace.
But the problem here again is, okay, they stopped Tom Brady for a half. Then this game got really close and uncomfortable for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh God, it was just like that. It was just like that video between Bugs Bunny and Elmer Fudd, the one weird one, huh? They got close and uncomfortable.
Where Bugs is dressed up like a transvestite.
Yeah, looking like a double wide surprise.
But Kansas City, I say this, and it's gonna make me vomit when I say this.
Yeah,
they are the best team in the NFL. Forget what the Steelers have as a record because they haven't played nobody. If they meet the Chiefs in the playoffs, it's gonna get ugly. The Chiefs are gonna walk all over that team.
So my big question is though, because I think everybody's penciling in Pittsburgh versus Kansas City. Let me tell you what my big problem is with that one. The Colts, the Titans,
and the
Titans,
the Bills,
the Bills, and potentially the fucking Dolphins. If what you call them has any more contract incentives, I'm afraid the Texans might come in and beat the goddamn Steelers. They keep fucking around. Let them contract incentives be in. He's like, what? 4 more touchdowns and I get $20 million?
So throwing it to the box boys, the fucking Smiths and shit.
You know what I'm saying? Shit. Listen, Pittsburgh, my big problem with Pittsburgh, I love Kansas City. I think that they're ready for to go to another Super Bowl. I just don't think that there's anybody. If the Raiders don't make the playoffs, there's really not too many teams that can beat them. That because they'll have to go blow for blow, and that's the problem. We saw a game, an opportunity to where a team with all the offensive weapons can go should go blow for blow with Kansas City, and they didn't. They didn't. You can't have if you would have set a team with Chris Godwin, who's a top 10 receiver in the NFL, Antonio Brown, who's a top 10 receiver in the NFL, Mike Evans, who's a top 10 receiver in the NFL, Rob Gronkowski, who's a top 10 tight end in the NFL, you still have a running back core. You have Jones, who got off in the game, actually, and you still have Leonard Fournette, who got off in the game.
Hold on, John. I hope Mahomes fucks up his shoulder doing that behind the back cornhole throw to impress Jake from State Farm.
Oh, damn.
Listen, Darlene, he's not going to last long in the NFL, so let's just hate him while we can. I mean, enjoy him while we can.
If Andy Reid protects him, that's kind of really what it comes down to. If Andy Reid protects him, my biggest fear is that we're going to see more Patrick fucking Mahomes, and I don't want that. It's unfair. He's a fucking cheat code. He is. Like,
right, have a good night, Steph.
Have a good night, Steph. So he's a fucking cheat code, bro. Like he is. But he's good. I'm not going to knock how good he is. But, like, he's literally the type of quarterback we create in Madden and rank him 99 and give him all the attributes. You know what I'm saying? And he's a fucking cheat code. Because even when he runs a little bit faster than Tom Brady, but maybe not as fast as Josh Allen. But he can still get a scramble, and he's shifty. He's a fucking shifty-ass quarterback. Like, you see, dude, Tampa Bay threw everything that they had in that backfield at Patrick Mahomes. And Patrick Mahomes, he dipped, dobbed, you know what I'm saying? Turned around, flipped around, inside out, like. But it's gonna take a real team with a really, really good defense to stop Patrick Mahomes.
You know what I think Patrick Mahomes is fearing?
What?
Ndongadong Suh not afraid to get suspended for the season.
No, he's not. If
he would have got a hold of Patrick Mahomes, he probably would have injured him.
Yeah.
You know it. I know it. I think the NFL knows it too.
Yeah. But my biggest thing, though, coming from this game, Tom Brady's apparently calling, that's the word. Tom Brady's calling all the plays now.
He's calling bad plays.
Well, why? I don't get.
Because, okay, I can tell you why. Because the plays that Josh McDaniels created for him, he does not have in Tampa Bay.
I get that. And I'm fine with that. But we're sitting here and acting like Bruce Arians isn't some kind of offensive genius. He resurrected Carson Palmer's career when it was fucking on this deathbed. You
got to remember, when we were doing our early NFL predictions, I said quarterbacks in the first year of Bruce Arians' system throw more turnovers than they do any other system in their entire career.
So, do we blame the system?
I blame the fact that Bruce Arians doesn't like running backs.
All right, so let me ask you a question. I'm going to ask you a dead honest question. Should Tom Brady have went to Indianapolis and played under Frank Reich as opposed to playing under Bruce Arians?
No, I believe he would have had more success going to New Orleans, which is where he wanted to go, with Sean Payton, because him and Sean Payton, the Patriots playbook and the Saints playbook are almost identical.
Okay, I get that, and that's fine. But New Orleans has their own issues.
Yes, they do.
New Orleans they have Alvin Kamara, and they have Michael Thomas. And they have a defense which most of the time plays well, but gives up the ghost a lot.
They do. But in that offense, think about this. Drew Brees no longer throws over the top. Tom Brady still has the ability to throw over the top. He's demonstrated that this year.
Yeah.
He would open up that Saints offense.
I don't think
they don't trust Jameis Winston. Taysom Hill doesn't have the skill set.
I don't know. I really honestly think with the success that Phillip Rivers is having this year, although I think Phillip Rivers in Tampa would have been an absolute bomb because Phillip Rivers is a fucking gunslinger, and I think
he would have had blasted Tampa with that team.
Yeah, but shit, you know how many interceptions he would have thrown?
You would have thrown 50 interceptions and 50 touchdowns.
50-50, baby.
And had 3 more kids.
In one season.
Next up, we got Mitchell Trubisky threw 7 passes in the triple coverage as they lost to the Packers. Mitchell Trubisky is probably going to be on one of our teams next year.
Hold on. Woosah.
7 passes in the triple coverage when he had 2 wide receivers wide open.
God honest though, let me speak on this. I think poor Mitch Trubisky is an abuse victim. He's been abused. He's been abused by Matt Nagy so much over the last 3 years that he's just given up on life at this point. And he's just like, fuck it, somebody's got to be over there.
And all 7 targets were for Allen Robinson. Does he not know who else is on his team? Is that what this is? I mean, it's so bad. Tariq Cohen posted on Instagram after the game. He's like, I was sitting on the bench, closed my eyes, wishing I wasn't here. I opened my eyes and fuck.
Yeah. I just sit here and I think to myself, and I'm just like, how did we get to this point where Mitch Trubisky is a broken shell of a man or a broken shell of a quarterback? I know he wasn't that good, okay? Okay, I understand. He came from the University of North Carolina, which their only competition is Florida State, okay? I get that. Fine. I get that. But he's had, was it 3 years?
Remember, he went 13-3 one season.
And then what happened the next year? And then what's happening this year?
Nick Foles.
And that's not even going well either for him.
And to think, the Chicago Bears could have drafted Patrick Mahomes.
Could have drafted Deshaun Watson.
No, we're going to trade up, and we're taking Mitchell Trubisky, just like the Giants traded up and took Daniel Jones.
He said Trubisky hurts as much as people try to buy a PS5. Oh, my God. That is probably the most accurate assessment of a quarterback that we've probably had in a long time.
That man who just said that had 2 sold to him and both canceled after being purchased.
I just sit, like I said, I sit here and I think to myself, and I say, self, what's wrong with Mitchell Trubisky? What's wrong with Nick Foles? Trubisky's broken. I think he's going to have to go to a team where...
Oh, yeah, 3. Never mind. He had 3.
3.
And all of them canceled.
PS5 times 3 equals PS15, okay? Which is actually an excellent school in the state in New York City. But PS15, I don't know. I've never been to PS15. The whole point of what I'm trying to say is this. Somebody needs to fire Matt Nagy. They need to fire him now. Or else this Mike Ditka would have had a better grasp on this team than Matt Nagy does. What the actual fuck? Jerry Glanville would have had a better grip on this team than fucking Matt Nagy has. Dude, Rich Kotite. That's right, I said it. Richie fucking Kotite would have had a fucking better grasp on this team than Matt Nagy was. And yes, I'm going to take a thing out of Big Sin's playbook. You know who I trust more than Matt fucking Nagy? Jay fucking Cutler. That's right.
Oh, God. He said it was so bad for the PS5. I had a Browns fans consoling me on Twitter.
Oh, my God. I trust Colin Kaepernick to not kneel before I trust Matt Nagy with a goddamn team. That's
so the question. Okay, so some of the rumors that are going around is Matt Nagy will be fired at the end of the season, and Ed McCaffrey is looking like the leading candidate to become this coach of this team.
You know who needs to coach this team? You know who they need to bring back to this team? If they can,
he said, "Damn, you pulled out the dick." Like
yeah. They need to round up former Bears who are now coaches. So they need to find Mike Singletary to run this defense. All right, the defense is good, but they can be better.
You think Ron Rivera would ever take the Bears job? Because remember, he was on that Bears defense in '85.
Yeah, I know, but listen, what if he can accidentally make the playoffs with Washington? I think he's going to do it again. I think he'll pull it off. Like, they're accidentally going to get into the playoffs.
Well, because they accidentally are in the NFC East.
Yeah. So put it that way. I think Ron Rivera. Forget Ron Rivera coaching another team. I'm talking about Ron Rivera coaching at all. Whip that thing out. Boom. That's right.
Dicka.
I want to see. I would like to see Ed McCaffrey though coach if that's going to be the case, and maybe end up trading for his son. That would be interesting. Because Carolina's not going to go nowhere. The Bears need something.
They need to blow it up and rebuild.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be there except Mitch Trubisky.
Yeah. Which is sad. At that point, find a quarterback, find a team that knows how to run the Wildcat.
Are you trying to say he's suffering from Stockholm syndrome now?
Yep. He identifies with his victim, which is Matt Nagy. He's probably going to cry when he gets fired too.
That's my coach, man. That's my coach. T.O. sat out.
I love Matt Nagy. He was my everything.
All right. Next up, we have, how bad is Jalen Hurts in practice that he can't even take the job from Carson Wentz? Because Carson Wentz is terrible. Jim Schwartz opened his mouth at a pregame press conference saying, DK, you better sit back. You know Megatron. And DK Metcalf went the fuck off against this Eagles defense.
So I said, you know what's hilarious? Is that I have a guy that I
have a guy?
Yeah, I have a guy that I used to help me with my FanDuel lineups, right? And every single time the Seahawks play on a Sunday night or a Monday night,
DK Metcalf.
Who does he not play? DK Metcalf. Why? I want to mention why.
The only game DK did not show up on Sunday night was that fucking first loss to the Cardinals.
Yeah, but I'm sitting here like, why? Who's gonna stop DK Metcalf?
Well,
Who?
I am Sports DFS. Why?
Why? Why? You know what I'm saying? And I have a bunch of love for it.
He said Donkey Kong Metcalf. That's
Donkey Kong fucking Metcalf. Because listen, it's just like picking Tyreek Hill. Okay, if you know you have a matchup with Tyreek Hill is gonna be dominant, you don't go picking the other fucking receiver. You pick Tyreek fucking Hill. I'm just saying, like, goddamn. But
so, the Seahawks stomped out the Eagles. We all see this. We all saw this coming. Carson Wentz is not a good quarterback. He is a shell of the man that Nick Foles left behind.
Jesus Christ. And here's the funny part. So in that game, I believe in the game, I think for one or two series, was it Jalen Hurts came in? Was it on a Wildcatter?
He or something like that? Too.
He did better than Wentz did in that fucking game, which isn't saying much. I mean,
like I said, how bad is Jalen Hurts in practice that he cannot take the starting job from Carson Wentz?
Which then points back to Doug fucking Peterson. Listen, everybody here wants to talk about Carson Wentz. Everybody sitting here wants to talk about Jalen Hurts. Let's call a spade for a second, okay? Doug Peterson is like Al Bundy. And I'm going to say Al Bundy because Al Bundy is still living off of 4 touchdowns in a single game, okay? Doug Peterson is living off the fact, the only reason why he still has a job is the fact that he said, and I quote, in my rookie season, I beat the New England Patriots in the Super Bowl. He was
on an illegal play.
That's the asterisk, okay? But he is living his fucking love life because of that one fucking
play right there, John. The Philly special. It was illegal. The refs came out after the game and said it was illegal.
So, But let's talk about the reality of the statement, okay? Yes, Doug Peterson, you are the head coach on a football team that beat the New England Patriots in the Super Bowl. But you know who was the offensive coordinator on that team that beat the New England Patriots in the Super Bowl? Frank fucking Reich.
Yep.
How's Frank fucking Reich doing in Indianapolis?
He's doing just fine.
Didn't he have Andrew Luck have his best season as a pro when he first got there?
Yeah, and then he retired.
Yeah, and then he retired. So then
have you noticed since Andrew Luck retired, ain't nobody gonna see it or heard this man? He must have went back into his cave.
There's no more Captain Andrew Luck account on Twitter. There's no more of that. All right. Why did you send me tacos, John? That's fucked up. Didn't send me no tacos. You didn't send Big Sin no tacos. It's fucked up. I see how it is.
Wait, I'll go get me some tacos.
That's not the point. Okay, I'm trying to get you some fucking tacos for free. Shut the fuck up. Anyways, but Frank Reich, you see what he did with Jacoby Brissett. Okay, Jacoby Brissett was on his way until that knee injury, and he wasn't the same.
And then he got scared.
But the problem is that when you run an offense around a scrambling quarterback, and then you have Brian Hoyer, that's just you're asking for disappointment. That is what it is. But now he has Phillip Rivers, resurrected Phillip Rivers' career, and has him performing at a level that Phillip Rivers has not performed that in a long fucking time. Mm-hmm. Not since LaDainian Tomlinson was there. And
Antonio Gates was a young man.
Yeah. And so the Colts are trending upward. What has Philly done since Frank Reich left? Oh, okay. Just making sure. Yes, they've made the playoffs twice. I will give you that. But they didn't make the playoffs because they got there being the most dominant team in the AFC in the NFC
playoffs because the NFC East is hot trash.
Yeah, they made the playoffs because they trended downward. How do you trend downward and make the playoffs? Okay? It's like going down a slide and be like, oh shit, I ended up in $1 million. Oh fuck. Oh. Like I just don't fucking get it. And I never will. But to your question, how bad is Jalen Hurts? No, how bad is Doug Peterson? That's the question we should be asking.
Yeah, you're right. All right, so this week we had some Wednesday football, and one of the college divisions were like, hold on, that's our gig.
Yeah, this is our week. What the fuck?
So the Baltimore Ravens almost beat the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the Baltimore Ravens had nobody playing.
RG3, he played a bunch in this game.
But his backup is the one who scored the touchdowns.
Yeah, this was a bad game overall. But it alludes back to what we talked about, Pittsburgh. After that performance, I'm not saying, Pittsburgh and Baltimore games are always going to be what they are, okay? Yeah. I've looked at the history of Pittsburgh-Baltimore games. They just are, they're the smash mouth games. They're not pretty. Only when a team is completely outmatched do you see a blowout. But past that, there are these 21-17 games, 23-20 games. 2017.
This one was what, 19-15 or something like that?
19-15, and it's not even the lowest scoring game in this matchup. There's a 16-13 game in there somewhere, you know what I'm saying, in their history. It just is what it is. So everybody knocking how the Pittsburgh Steelers on that end, I don't see that. I'm knocking the Pittsburgh Steelers because, like we've alluded to, they haven't beaten anybody good. That's just what it is.
They beat the Browns when the Browns were struggling.
Yep.
They beat the Ravens earlier this year, which was a good game. They almost lost to the Cowboys.
Yeah. Yeah, the Dallas Cowboys with their backup with Ben DiNucci.
Yes.
Problems. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Pittsburgh, you're probably going to get – you're going to lose.
Yeah.
And when you lose, your whole season might start to dissolve around you, because if you lose one game, Kansas City has scored a lot more points than you, and they're going to get that first round bye.
Unfortunately, that's what they're like praying. They're fucking praying. Oh.
All right, so that was week 12. Now it's time to pick week 13. We are starting off with a NFC South matchup. We have the third straight game that Taysom Hill will be the starting quarterback of the New Orleans Saints, taking on the Atlanta Falcons after their impressive win against the Raiders.
The Falcons, to me, are a team that we do not know what to expect from them on a week-to-week basis. If I'm gonna really call this game, because this is what we do, right? This is how it goes. Like, I want to sit here and believe that they'll go 3-0 with Taysom Hill in this stretch. I just don't see it happening. And I'm not, and that's not taking away anything from New Orleans, because I think they're the better team, but they're not built. Let me find the best way to say this, because I'm going to have to mention his name in this situation. They're not built like Greg Roman and Jim Harbaugh and Colin Kaepernick were, to have a running quarterback, like a scrambling quarterback, and who's basically an offensive weapon, run a team long term. The
whole playbook is based on the passing game.
Yep, it's based off of Drew Brees. Taysom Hill is an okay passer. He's an okay guy to have him come in every once in a while to pass. But he is not that good. He is not that ready. He is not that seasoned. I'm sorry. People want to get on the Taysom Hill hype train, and I don't think that he has the longevity enough to last. Now, if you tell me they were starting Jameis Winston, I would actually say that New Orleans would win in a fucking blowout. But that's not the case. I actually think that the Falcons have a really, really good shot of winning this game, and so I'm picking the Atlanta Falcons in this one.
Yeah, I think the Falcons are feeling themselves right now because they beat a decent Raiders team last week. Mm-hmm. Their defense showed up and shut down these offensive weapons that the Raiders have. Mm-hmm. The Saints are not explosive.
Nope, not at all.
Right now.
And the Falcons are built to go sideline to sideline to stop a guy like Taysom Hill.
So I'm going with the Falcons also in this one. I'm going to agree with you there. I think it's going to be a long day for Taysom Hill.
Yeah, very long day. But it'll be fun to see how this one pops off. Boy.
Next up, we do have a fun matchup. We have the Cleveland Browns at the Tennessee Titans.
Now, this is going to be a barn burner. See, to me, both of these –
It's going to be 3-0.
If it's 3-0, I bet it be the hardest smash mouths 3-0 games.
I think Myles Garrett is back this week.
Yes. So. The Browns have shown that they're more diverse without Odell Beckham. Mm-hmm. Jarvis Landry has proven to be a number one slot receiver. How are you a number one receiver on the team playing the slot? I have no fucking idea.
Edelman has done it for years.
Yeah. The Browns have found a way to make it work. Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, those
boys are fucking maniacal.
But even with all of that, that man, that badass man in Tennessee.
They got to stop Captain Armadillo. That's what they got to do.
That man is ready. RED space E, ready to go for probably 200 on these boys. As much as I like the Browns, I'm picking Tennessee on this one because Derrick Henry is trying to win MVP. I think that's the goal. I think I see them. I see them making the playoffs. I don't see that they're not. But Derrick Henry's going for something else. He's probably going to be the first running back MVP. What's the last running back MVP?
Sean Alexander.
Right? Was it LT never won MVP?
No. Because remember, the years LT was in the NFL, every year they played the Patriots and they got blown out by the Patriots because they stopped him.
Yeah. So
remember, LT unfortunately played in the Manning-Brady era.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it didn't happen.
So if Derrick Henry is putting on absolute monster performances and literally steamrolling defenses, even in losses, Derrick Henry has performed and put up $150, $160, $170. I gotta go Tennessee in this one. Like I said,
I'm gonna take a chance here. I'm actually gonna go with the Browns. I think that we're starting to see some regression in Tannehill. Mm-hmm. He's not being as crisp as he was last year.
Okay.
And I think the Browns can take advantage of that. I think it's going to be a heavy running game for both teams.
Yeah.
But I think Jarvis Landry will be the difference maker in the passing game.
I think so too. I see Jarvis Landry putting up his numbers like he's supposed to. I think, but listen, Derrick Henry's a bad man.
Oh, I know he's a bad man. And trust me, I said it week in and week out. Derrick Henry is the best player in the NFL right now.
Mm-hmm. Point, but period.
Mm-hmm. But I there's something about this Browns team. I'm just liking them this week.
Listen, I think the Browns, without Odell Beckham, are much better. Because remember, I said it last year, and I said it this year. I said if they can find a way to rid themselves of the Odell Beckham specter, then they'll be fine for the rest of the year. They'll be a playoff team because Baker really wants to make him and Odell work. The problem is it's just not going to work.
Yeah, Baker acts like Tom Brady did when Antonio Brown got back.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Just go ahead.
So next up, we are moving on a team that I don't know who's coaching them this week. The Detroit Lions taking on the Chicago Bears.
Now I got to look up who's coaching the Lions this week. I don't even know.
I'm going to say it right now. I think the Lions beat the Bears just because the Bears are trash and Trubisky's starting.
Well, let's see. Who's the Lions? Oh! Right now, it is Darrell Bevell. You know Darrell Bevell. Probably one of the most seasoned African-American coaches that's finally getting a fuck. Well, seasoned white coaches who's very pro-African-American. Darrell Bevell, I call him a black coach. But listen, he's about as black as you can be as far as, like he hired a plethora of black assistants, black runners. Like he believes in the culture for some reason. There's some guy I don't know how a guy from Yuma, Arizona believes in the culture. I don't even know that there was the culture in Yuma, Arizona.
I ain't never seen one like you before. I'm gonna make you my friend. That's what that is. But the Bears are gonna have to continue to go with Trubisky because Nick Foles is still hurt. I don't trust Trubisky at all. I think if the Lions are probably going to play hard because they are no longer under the what they call it, the hatred of Matt Patricia.
Yeah, I think Darrell Bevell, who's an offensive-minded coach, okay, you're finally going to see the chains off of Adrian Peterson in the running game, the chains off of Matt Stafford. This might end up being Darrell Bevell's. This is the first time he's fought for a full-time head coaching gig. Mm-hmm. The owner said that if you can win majority of your games, 3 out of 5, we'll give you the head coaching job. I'm just saying he's got a lot to play for. So I agree with your assessment. I think that the Lions can come in and shock. And if the Lions, mark my words, and I've been right every time I've said, mark my words, okay, about a head coaching firing. If a rookie interim head coach comes in, because I think are they in Chicago, right?
Yep.
If a rookie interim head coach comes into Chicago and beats the living brakes off of the Bears, Matt Nagy will not be there on Monday. Mark my fucking words. If it happens, if it doesn't happen and they don't beat the brakes off of them, fine. But if Darrell Bevell comes in and beats the brakes off of Chicago, knowing that the linebacking core that they have in Chicago and Bevell actually comes in and handles business, Matt Nagy will not be there Monday morning.
All right. Next up, we have I had to look this up because I didn't know who was starting. We have the Brandon Allen-led Cincinnati Bengals traveling to Miami to take on the Dolphins.
Man, the Bengals are going to draft themselves a whole offensive line.
Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow. They're not winning this game. Sorry.
I think Joe Burrow has the potential to be a future MVP in this league.
Oh, easily. Joe Burrow has the swagger. He has the just the wherewithal of a guy that you want running your franchise. The only way that Joe Burrow doesn't lead Cincinnati back into the playoffs is if he gets traded for a lot of shit. Like if he becomes part of a big ass Herschel Walker trade. But outside of that, Joe Burrow is the future of the Bengals, and I think that they'll probably. I think the Bengals have what they won what 1 or 2 games this year.
I think 2.
2
or 3 because they beat Tennessee. I think that they're either 2 wins or 3 wins.
I'll have to look. I believe that there's 2. Bengals record. They are 2-8, 2-8-1. Excuse me. Yes, because
I forgot about the tie. I didn't lose to the Bengals.
Hey,
Jaguars, hold my beer.
But by the time it's all said and done, at least the Bengals say they didn't lose to the Eagles. You're
absolutely right.
But all jokes aside, the Bengals they're tanking the rest of the year. Look at the rest of their fucking schedule. It's the Dolphins, the Cowboys. Oh no, the Cowboys. They might accidentally win that game. The Steelers, the Texans, and the Ravens.
I honestly think Andy Dalton is going to have a career day against Cincinnati.
Because the game's going to be in Cincinnati too. That'll be hilarious. But yeah, the Bengals are done for the year. They're going to draft the O-line. They'll probably end up getting the third or fourth pick of the draft. Mm-hmm. They'll probably end up trading that and stocking some draft capital. I think and draft the whole entire O-line for Joe Burrow. Watch.
Because right now, this year, you sacrificed Joe Burrow. And it was not a good look because that man was carrying you. Mm-hmm. Yes, they were in almost every game they played this season.
Because of Joe Burrow. They didn't have the personnel to be – because A.J. Green was an afterthought this year. You know what I'm saying?
They beat the Tennessee Titans.
Yep.
All right, so we both got the Dolphins in this.
Yeah.
Whoever plays has a big day, and the Dolphins win by at least 2 touchdowns.
Yeah. That's just the way it is.
Next up, they're going to be decided by 2 touchdowns. We have the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Minnesota Vikings.
Oh, we already know the answer to this question. This isn't even.
We don't need to talk about it.
Vikings next game. Vikings.
Dalvin Cook is going to go off in this game. It's the Vikings all the way.
He's going to go for 800 and like 7 touchdowns.
All right. Next up, we have a AFC South battle. The Indianapolis Colts at the Houston Texans.
This is the revenge game for the Texans, right? Because the Texans lost one earlier this year, handily, I believe, to them. This is just going to be something else. So we're going to bring the flip side to this one. I think the Texans are going to win this one. I think the Texans are, as much as I don't want to go against the Colts, I think the Texans got this one. I really think that the Texans are trying to fight their way into whatever can be left of a playoff spot. That's all I can think of. Let me see. Week 12. No, NFL standings. NFL. That's in the NFL. NFL standings. Sorry, I had to pull this one out. My bad. So right now, as it stands, the Texans are 4-7. Colts are 7-4. The Texans probably don't want to go under 500. I'll pick the Texans to win this game.
I'm going to go with the Colts here because they lost that game to Tennessee last week. They need to win.
Yeah, because then they'll be 7-5.
Yes,
and
that means it. Yeah,
yeah, all bad.
So I'm going with the Colts here because they have to have it.
Yeah. Yep.
So, all right, next up, can the Las Vegas Raiders not fail against the New York Jets? In MetLife Stadium.
Oh boy, Injury City. Injury State University. Fuck. I mean, conventional.
I'm picking the Raiders because I don't think the Jets are going to win a game this season.
No, I'm praying that they go 0-16. Oh, by the way, speaking of 0-16, watch. This is what we have left on our plate for the Jets. If they get their asses whooped by the Raiders, which is probably a formality at this point, they got the Seahawks, the highest scoring team in the NFL. They have the Rams, which
plays down to a competition. They might win that game
accidentally and shit. And then they got the Browns, and then your favorite, the New England Patriots, to end the season,
who might be fighting for a playoff spot at that time.
Yes, Bill Belichick trying to put his foot on somebody's throat. He's going to do it to the Jets. Jets are going 0-16, ladies and gentlemen. It's probably just book it. Book it. Get your 0-16 jerseys ready for the New York Jets.
All right. Next up, a game that we're probably just going to talk about really quick because it's not going to be a competition. The New York Giants have nobody who can cover DK Metcalf.
Not a lot of teams do, ladies and gentlemen. That's just kind of what it is.
Yeah, Darius Slay was talking a lot of shit before because he's on the Eagles last week or before that Monday night game, and yes, DK just embarrassed him.
Yeah, so the Seahawks are winning, right? This is kind of just what we have.
The Seahawks are going to blow them out.
I'm sorry. The Giants are a nice young team, and I wish them all the best.
I think Daniel Jones is hurt. I think Chase Owen is starting for the Giants.
Well, it helps that you're playing the worst defense in the NFL, which is always nice. But I mean, if you're going to start for the first time in your career, do it against Vanderbilt style defense of whackness. Okay, let's call a spade a spade. Yeah. So, but the Seahawks are going to probably put up like 60.
All right. Next up, we have two teams that play down to their competition, so they might play each other tough. We have the Rams at the Cardinals.
Oh fuck!
Both teams are fighting to keep pace with Seattle and get in the playoffs.
Fucking Rams and Seattle are like, I go first. No, you go first. No, you go first. No, you go first. No, you lose first. No, you lose first. You score a touchdown first. No, you score a touchdown first. Fuck.
I think this is going to be a battle of the quarterbacks. I think Larry Fitzgerald is back this week. I think Kyler Murray is the better quarterback here against Jared Goff. I'm going with the Cardinals here.
So, interesting thought. So, the Seahawks have won 8 games. The Rams have won 7. The Cardinals have won 6. And the 49ers have won 5. Based off the schedule.
Don't even do it, James. You're going to curse your own fucking team if you do it.
No. But I'm not saying that. Based off the schedule, that's where the remainder of the season, every team can feasibly go 8-8. We can have the Jeff Fisher, the Jeff Fisher division. Okay, that's what
James.
Yes,
we just said Seattle was playing the Giants. Seattle's getting their 9th win. Seattle's getting.
I said feasibly, not actuality. Okay,
no, there's no even feasibility to it.
I'm going to say this though: if the Giants beat Seattle, I'm done for the rest of the season. I'm no longer picking anything. That's how much I'm sure that Seahawks are winning this game. So like I said,
who you got between the Rams and the Cardinals?
Man, fuck both these teams. No, but for real, the Cardinals. Because while the Cardinals, yes, and the Cardinals and the Rams both play down to their competition. Oh, there's only one DeAndre Hopkins, and he plays down to no one. So that's kind of just where I'm at with that one. I think.
And he's going to be irritated with not having any touchdowns against the Patriots.
Yeah. This is DeAndre Hopkins is going to go for like 300, 2 touchdowns. I'm picking him on my fantasy team, ladies and gentlemen. I don't care if his matchup's Jalen Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey wasn't able to stop Debo.
Jalen Ramsey has shown he can't cover DeAndre Hopkins. We've had this matchup many a times.
He can't cover him. He can't
Remember,
cover.
They were in the same division.
Yeah. I was saying they can't cover him. Can't cover DK Metcalf. He's just a problem. Can't cover Debo Samuel. Yeah, I'm picking the Cardinals.
To his wife, which is why he got in a fist fight with Golden Tate. Anyway, The Patriots are starting their 2-week stay in Los Angeles. This week they take on the Chargers.
So
the state of California has, which is why the 49ers are making Arizona their home for the rest of the season. Los Angeles is open, so the Chargers and Rams will still have home games.
Yes, this is just I mean, my whole thing is this: like, there hasn't been any fans in the stadium the entire fucking season, right? Like, I don't understand why they're going to such measures.
Why Santa Clara got shut down?
Yeah, but we know as much as I love the Bay Area, Santa Clara is full of a bunch of yuppies because my mama.
Yeah, it's because it's a whole startup area. That's why it got shut down.
It's a fucking bunch of yuppies because
here we got the Patriots and the Chargers. The Patriots coming off of a high, Cam Newton coming off of a bad game. But I think he's going to want to impress in this new stadium in LA.
Yeah, I think the whole deal is that even with Justin Herbert playing, Justin Herbert's a great passer, but Bill Belichick is going to test this man like he hasn't been tested all year. I firmly believe that the New England Patriots are going to win this game. They have to win this game. They're 5-6. They have to win this game.
They have to win this game, and I think Keenan Allen has benefited from weak defenses this year, and he's going to be matched up one-on-one with Stephon Gilmore.
Yeah, which is going to be real fun. Like I said, Bill Belichick is really going to push everybody's buttons in this one because the Chargers are the new hype. The offense has been hyped up. The running backs have been hyped up.
But they've only won 3 games.
I know, but you see what kind of points they put up in those every game.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like New England this one. New England looks like
I can't bet against my Patriots this week. I'm picking the Patriots to win. I think they beat the Chargers. It'll probably be a close game.
Yeah.
Just because of what the Patriots are right now, but I got them beating the Chargers.
Yeah.
Next up, we have the team that didn't lose to the Bengals taking on the Packers.
The team that didn't lose to the Bengals taking on the Packers.
In Green Bay.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry, Philadelphia. You guys are going down.
Let me look at these division standings again. Hold on.
Remember, they're 3-7. The Eagles are 3-7-1.
Oh, I know. I'm just looking at how bad this shit is. Hold on. So, if you want to know how bad things are in this division, okay, if the Eagles just win one game out of their last 5, which is the Saints, the Cardinals, the Cowboys, and the football team. So
they're gonna lose 3 or 4 of those games.
The sad part about it is that I'm willing to bet you money that based off the way that this shit is, that the last 2 games are going to determine the division between the Cowboys and the football team. It's just all bad. It's all bad. This is what we brought upon ourselves, ladies and gentlemen. We have promoted mediocrity in football. Remember that one year with the NFC South was under 500 the whole fucking division. You remember that?
And then the NFC West did it with the Seattle Seahawks.
Yes. And it's just time for the NFC East turn. I mean,
why they're always having the NFC and not the AFC?
Because the Patriots. That's why.
Because the Patriots.
Because the Patriots. What would happen if Bill Belichick played a team that's under 500? Let's really talk about this for a second. Let's really add a team that's under 500 and winning their division. Let's really analyze this as it is, Big Sid. Okay, we know for a fact that Bill Belichick would put his foot on their neck, and it would be horrible for everyone. It would be a lesson. I feel like it would be a Thanos moment, like when Thanos beat the Hulk, but like worse because it's not the Hulk. It's like Hawkeye or something. Like, like it's just all bad. It's just horrible.
The Green Bay Packers are gonna devour the Philadelphia Eagles on Sunday. They might even do like the commercials for the devour things. They're gonna spank them. Did you just spank your lunch? I did.
And if any team not in the NFC East that loses to an NFC East team should be banned from the football and be replaced by an XFL team. That's how this should work out.
All right, so we both got the Packers here. Next up, we have the Denver Broncos, who got all three of their quarterbacks back today at the Kansas City Chiefs.
Well. That means nothing.
Kansas City did what they did last week to the number one defense in the NFL.
I said, them having their quarterbacks back, it's like saying, "Oh, well, you got your car back after this car accident, but it's still fucked up, and we're not going to pay for it." So here's your car, though. Here, bye, and then walk away.
The Chiefs are going to win this game a lot to a little.
Yeah, Denver's going to put up a fight, probably.
Maybe for the fourth quarter, but the problem is it's going to be like 40-0 going into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, if the Chiefs lose to the Broncos, I'm logging off. I'm done. So we now have 2 games.
3 games this week that you said if a team wins, you are not picking games anymore.
No, and watch. Just because of that shit,
all 3 are going to win.
All 3. And then the NFL just turned upside down at that point. Oh,
yeah.
Fuck. Yeah,
right,
I'm picking the Chiefs.
We both got the Chiefs here. All right, so we have an interesting game here. I don't know when this game is being played. We have the Washington Defaults at the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh, yeah, fuck. Well, listen, if somebody could play on a Thursday night after playing on a Monday, I mean, it's not.
No, because it would have been, they played yesterday. Yeah. They would have to play Sunday afternoon.
If it does happen Sunday afternoon, I am picking the Washington Defaults to win this game.
No, I don't care when it happens. I think this is the game that the Steelers drop.
Everybody's really
be feeling themselves being 11-0, and Alex Smith is going to throw for 400 yards in this game.
Everybody's been underestimating this team, the Washington, and I think this is the perfect storm. The Steelers is coming off a win.
Let me look to see if they rescheduled this game real quick. Hold on. Because we do our shows based on when games are scheduled, which is why our things have been weird this year.
So it looks like it's on Monday.
They moved it to Monday?
Yeah.
I'm still taking the football team. I think they're going to go out there and try and prove something.
Yeah. I think playing so close, a 5-game stretch, it might be a little, especially having to deal with COVID and dealing with losing a few players in and there and having to recover. I think it's going to be rough.
And not only that, Ben Roethlisberger can't move. Yeah. Chase Young is healthy and eating quarterbacks this year.
Yeah, this is going to be I'm calling upset alert on this one.
So we're both going with the Defaults?
Yep.
All right. Next up, we have the Buffalo Bills at the San Francisco 49ers.
This is going to be rough. I want to pick the 49ers. Because I think our defense can give Josh Allen fits, but man.
I want to pick the 49ers too because I want the Bills to lose.
I can't do it under logical circumstances, bro. I'm really trying. I'm really trying to figure out a way that this victory can happen. And the only way that it happens is if the offense is better than Buffalo's defense. And I don't think that there's a way. I mean, Buffalo's the number 3 or number 4 run defense in the NFL. Mm-hmm. Pass defense are 10th or 11th. So we're going to have to beat them in the air, and they're going to know that, and that's not going to work. We can't beat them on the ground unless our line, our running backs are just absolutely overpower them. And I don't think that can
be. If you look back at the New England Patriots game earlier this year, it was the running game that almost cost Buffalo the game.
Yeah. I just think that our defense is going to give Josh Allen fits because we're mostly healthy outside of Bosa and a couple other guys, but we have our corners. So it's probably going to be a low-scoring game. I just don't think that we can generate enough points to win this game. That's why I'm going to take Buffalo.
You know what? I'm going to have faith for the 49ers this time. I am picking the San Francisco 49ers to beat the Buffalo Bills.
Oh, wow. Here we go.
Next up, we have another weird one. This was supposed to be tonight's game, but it's scheduled to Tuesday. The Cowboys at the Ravens.
An angry Ravens team.
Which we still don't know if Lamar Jackson is playing.
But I think that RG3 is good enough to win this game to beat the Cowboys. I don't see a way that the Cowboys win this game. Even with Andy Dalton playing, the Cowboys still have a patchwork defense, which most of his defense is out for the year. They haven't played well on defense. Andy Dalton's had to put up all the points basically. But it's an angry defense that they shouldn't have given up the ghost to Pittsburgh. And they have no choice. The Ravens are fighting for their playoff life.
Yeah. If the Ravens lose this game, they are going to have a really hard time getting into the playoffs.
Well, let's look at it like this. So let me go back.
They're 6-5, ain't they?
I believe so. They're 6-5, and they're 2 games behind the Cleveland. If they lose this game, so understand this is what they're dealing with. They're dealing with the Colts, who are 7-4, and Titans, who are 8-3. They're dealing with the Browns, who are 8-3, and the Steelers, who are 11-0. They're dealing with the Raiders, who are also 6-5, and the Chiefs, who are 10-1. And they're dealing with the Dolphins and Bills, with 7-4, 8-3, respectively, and the Patriots creeping up on them.
Yep. And the Patriots hold the tiebreaker over the Ravens.
Yeah. So you can't. When it comes down to it, they can't lose this game. They have no choice. They have to win this game. I got to pick Baltimore.
I have a question. If they lose this game, does Harbaugh's seat get a little warmer?
That's a tough question. But I tell you, whose seat does get a lot hotter. Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, because now that defenses know how to play him, he's a one-trick pony.
Well, oddly enough, his coordinators aren't doing him any favors either.
No.
They should have been calling more run plays, and they haven't done that. How do you have Mark Ingram?
Mark Ingram's been out for the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, but even when he was playing, he wasn't doing anything.
No, they had Gus Edwards carrying the load.
Yeah, I mean, Gus
Edwards is not bad.
No, he's not bad. But listen, if Lamar Jackson was on a stacked team offensively, like Tampa, for example, okay, or even on a team, a stacked team, or a pro offensive team like the Chargers, for example, that have the personnel, we be saying a different tune. It'd be a different story, and Lamar Jackson would have been able to thrive. We haven't. The Ravens don't have the personnel. The Ravens are falling into the same trap that the 49ers fell into in 2014. When they went low budget on receivers and tight ends, not named Vernon Davis, and decided that, our quarterback's talent is going to exceed what we can put out there. And they've fallen into that trap. Outside of Hollywood Brown, who's put up numbers for the
just Mark Andrews, but when he got hurt, it was done.
Yeah. So, but the Ravens have no choice. It has to be the Lamar Jackson show. And if it doesn't, that's whose seat is going to get warm. I would blame John Harbaugh, but John Harbaugh won with Joe Flacco.
Yeah. I'm picking the Ravens here too. I don't think Dallas is good enough to beat this team.
No, not at all.
All right. So I'm going to do my little spiel real quick. If you're over on YouTube, please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you know when we live with that damn NFL show. If you're over on Facebook, Sinful Black Sports, we love y'all. And, we just want to show you guys love. You guys have been there with us for the last couple years, and we appreciate you. Like and follow, tell your friends about us. Hopefully this week, Hollywood goes back to the single game highlights because the full game highlights one did not work out.
No, it took forever to upload, and I apologize. You know what happened? I accidentally tried to have it encode in 1080p, and it encodes something, upscale it from 720 to 1080p, took all my resources, so I had to redo it in 720p, and by that time, the Steelers, every game had played out by that point, and so I got lucky, actually.
Go back to the single game highlights, so.
Okay.
All right, but we are out this bitch. Deuces. Stop pouting.